Hello, everyone. Hello. What the hell are you doing?
Well, I've just
Oh
realised.
my God.
I've realised
Oh,
something. It's the
what, my dear?
It's the second birthday, and you two are the only ones not wearing a party hat.
Oh, well, bite me.
This was a very crude bishop's mitre made up out of a tea towel, and it
I
all
think
went wrong.
that was well thought.
Hiya, Noreen. So, tonight, guys, we're just having a talk. It is our second birthday tonight. So, happy birthday to us. Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday to the best team ever. Happy birthday to us. Woo! Second year.
That was my party pot. I have a crude party popper. I've got kids upstairs and they're asleep, so I didn't want to make it too
Aye,
late.
we don't want to do that, guys. We don't want to do that. So, guys, welcome to the mystical Carousel show with myself, Lynn, Wayne, and we're just waiting for Nick to join us in the celebrations, and we may have some other person joining us as well. So, guys, tonight is just a kickback, having a laugh, going down many rabbit holes, and I know you'll all be bursting to hear about mini-series that's coming in January. So, guys, we will be doing a mini-series. It will be about the craze. We will be looking at every inch of the craze. There will not be a stone unturned. We will go for the beginning, middle, and we will go to the end, guys. So it will be a really, really good one. I'm going to actually learn how to do slides. So that will be also good as well, because I am terrible. I'm absolutely horrendous
It's
at
quite
slides.
easy, Lois, and you're in Scotland, so you get more ice than we do. But all you've got to do is take a run up and then stop suddenly and shh. It's like,
I don't like you, Mr. Seaton.
well, you can't knock it. I'm bringing some humour to the show.
Yeah.
Listen, this show loves good humour.
Yeah.
No matter where it comes from. I'm just sharing out now, guys. So, second year of our life we've done podcasting. Aren't we lucky duckies?
Yeah. It's very good as
So,
well. Very good.
It is. Do you know what? I would have never thought I could see if you said to me all the years ago about doing podcasting. I just wouldn't be able to, because I was shy. I was a shy wee woman. But my confidence has came on and on and on, and no matter what's been thrown at me, I've still got the fire and the passion for doing podcasting, because at the end of the day, I've built a viewer base, and without those guys supporting me, you guys supporting me as co-hosts, I wouldn't have anything like this, honest to God. So I appreciate everybody else.
Well, you've got
and
the fire and the passion.
Amazing.
I've got the sweet and sour sauce.
Well, funny enough, I've actually got a Chinese waiting for me, but I've got bigger things to deal with right now. I've got a podcast to do, so my Chinese will need to wait.
Why fancy Chinese, Flo?
Oh,
I've just eaten mine.
Don't rub it in.
I couldn't do much with the bones though. And his hat got stuck in my teeth as well. No.
I'm having a chicken fried rice tonight.
I had my favourite sweet and sour chicken Cantonese style.
Oh, Sounds heavenly. Sounds heavenly.
I could
Noreen.
quite happily live in my Chinese restaurant.
Oh God, yeah. Oh God, yeah. Hey, Noreen. Hey, Charles. Thanks very much, Noreen. You're a darling. Hi, everyone. Hey, Nicola, my darling. And Noreen saying nothing. But yeah, I mean, it's been an amazing journey. So yeah, that's what we've got planned. We've got actually quite a lot coming up. We've got some guests coming up as well in the next few weeks. So it'll be really, really interesting. I'm hoping to get a really special one. But
That's
I'm
what
waiting to
Noreen
hear
said.
Oh, she gave us. Oh, thanks very much, Noreen. I'll need a few drinks.
It looks like a moomin. Do you remember the moomins?
A moomin?
I do, yes. I've got a
Oh God, aye.
garden. It's like the bark of a tree, and it's got a big hole where the mouth. It looks like a moomin to me. It's got a big hole where there was a woodpecker. Perfect hole. And a big bulbous nose and eyes, and I call it. I used
to love the moomins.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so many. There is so many old programs that I'm right proper into. But nothing beats The Simpsons. I love The Simpsons. I'll tell you why I love The Simpsons.
Anything can beat The Simpsons.
No, but what I mean is, have you never seen
years ago?
Have you never ever seen a program, right, that predicts so well, and you wonder how the hell have you managed to write a script that can match things that happen in real life? It's so, what the hell?
Yeah, I just have an issue with programs that, like, you have like Coronation Street, EastEnders, Emmerdale, Hollyoaks. Everybody ages, but The Simpsons, no. Nobody ages in The Simpsons, and it's wrong. They should age. I mean, if Nancy Cartwright, who does Bart Simpson, was to mysteriously die for no apparent reason, they're going to replace her with some really weird person that's not going to be able to do the same voice, and they've got to explain how and why they have changed that voice.
Yeah, crackers, isn't it?
Well, look at
it never worked.
Well, look at Marge, the person that played Marge, God love her soul, who's now passed away. So you kind of say to yourself, but going on that subject, I'll go down that rabbit hole. I'll throw us down the first rabbit hole, but put your parachutes on, folks. Let's buckle up, Teddy. So I would say, obviously, The Simpsons, right? How much they've predicted. Now, if you think about it, they predicted Donald Trump being president. Yep. They've predicted a lot. They've predicted, I think, did they not predict 9/11 as well?
There's been quite a few predictions from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And they also predicted quite recently when the people went in the sub and it went down and it imploded. Well, they done an episode, spoofily enough, on that as well. So it's kind of like you've got to ask yourself, like, I would love to be in the company in Matt Grona and ask, how was your feelings when things like that were popping up?
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest theories is that somebody within the script writing process is in touch with somebody that is higher up than the president.
Yeah,
you know, the power that runs things, and they're being drip fed little bits of information to feed into the series. But I mean, obviously, the biggest one has always been the episode where Lisa Simpson is the president, and she then references the presidency of Donald Trump. And then obviously 16 years later, Donald Trump becomes the 45th president. So
yeah,
there's a 16-year difference between it being aired and Trump becoming the president.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they do everything, don't they? Everything that you see on that programme. And then it does happen. It does. It's crackers. And I think you're right. I think you're spot on there, Wayne. The drip feeding it. It's like films. The drip feeding everything.
I've got a long list of things that they have predicted that have actually happened. I say a long list at the moment. I've just got 12.
I like your long lists. Enlighten me with your long 12 things.
Okay. Right. Well, number one was the Donald Trump. The second one was AI robots taking over.
Yeah.
Now, that wasn't hard to predict because if you look back at the film Metropolis, which featured in the Queen song Radio Gaga.
Yeah, absolutely.
They predicted back then that eventually a lot more things would be automated. And back in the late 70s and early 80s, we started automating our machinery processes like car building, things like that. So it was inevitable it was going to happen. And in 2012 episode of season 23, titled Them Robot, Homer lost his job at the nuclear power plant after Mr. Burns replaced all the members of staff with robots.
It's happening now, isn't it, in supermarkets and everything?
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, and I've said this, especially with supermarkets, that I've walked into my local supermarket and seen all these self-scanning, shoppers use scan tills and self-scanning stuff. And I turned around to someone and said, people have been made redundant to make up for these. I said, you've got 4 shoppers use scan tills and you've got 20 self-service tills.
Yeah.
And you've made all that space. You've got rid of 8 normal tills that would have been manned by members of staff to make way for all these smaller, more convenient, as you say it, tills. I said, so who did you make redundant? I said, well, we didn't. I said, well, you must have made someone redundant. I said, because you got rid of 8-man tills. And they went, no. What we've done is we've waited till people have retired.
Yeah.
And then we just haven't replaced those people. And I said, but that's fine. You've still undermanned your store.
Yeah. Because
those 8 people you're not replacing. So that's 8 jobs that you've now lost, which is being covered by these computers. I said, but the problem is you've only got 4 people trained to work these computers at any one time. 2 people on the shop, scanners you shop, and 2 people on the self-scanning ones.
Hey,
said, what happens?
Hey, sister.
I said, what happens if one of those tills breaks down and you can't fix it? So, well, we have to get an engineer out. I said, right, so that till is now down, which means you've got to get a member of staff to cover them now because that till that would have been used is not being operated.
Mm-hmm.
Defeats the object.
I'm going to quickly run through the comments because it's building. It was for you building your confidence, Lo. Thank you very much. Hello, Mr. Survey. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Laura. She says, hey, happy birthday and a huge, gappy birthday and a huge hello to everyone in the special hi to wee Lo. Oh, thank you, darling. Greetings from the, right, come on, Wayne. What's the word?
Esoteric.
World.
Or esoteric.
I'll finish off the line. William says, I think there's been more predictions in Star Trek, lol. Nori says, too many predictions for it to be coincidence. Oh, thank you very much. I look fabby. Honestly, thanks. You'll make me get a big head. Hello, handsome. is that Craig from Ghostway Paranormal, guys? Please check him out. Oh, hello, Simply Spooky Network, whoever you may be that's controlling and saying hi. Hey, hey, Stranger Nick. And John says hi. Hi, John. So, we're talking, just to get you up to speed, Nick, so that you're not lost in translation, we're talking about Simpsons and predictions. I threw us down the first rabbit hole. So Wayne was giving us a 12 predictions. So what else have you got?
12 top predictions. We're now going on to number 3. In a scene from 1997 episode, Lisa's Sax, Marge Simpson can be seen holding a book titled Curious George and the Ebola Virus.
Oh, wow.
Although Ebola was first discovered in 1976, Ebola had its largest outbreak on record in 2014 and 2015, which resulted in over 11,000 deaths across the globe. That I wouldn't have said was a prediction. Because like we said, like it said, the Ebola virus was discovered in 76.
Right.
Yeah.
So there would have been cases of Ebola regardless. And although the Ebola did the 11,000 deaths were across the globe, there would have been a majority in a certain area.
Yeah. I love Matt Groener, and I would just love to sit that guy down. I would love to talk to him and say, wow, because can you imagine as a writer, like writing this shit and it happens?
It's Nostradamus.
Well, it could be. Or it could be.
Matt Groening's sitting there in a darkened room, and all of a sudden his eyes glaze over and he starts scribbling. And when his eyes unglaze, he's got this entire episode written out in front of him and goes, oh, hang on a minute. Wayne Seaton in the UK is going to be a millionaire by the age of 50.
Listen, Matt Groener better get writing for myself.
He wants to write that script. He's got 3 weeks to do it.
In that case, I'll be using them for the shows.
Get cracking.
So what else have we got in that young list of yours?
This one I like, smartwatches.
Ooh.
Now we've seen pictures, maybe CGI or AI, where people have been standing in a crowded area and somebody's been holding what appears to be an iPhone to their ear.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Some of them are pretty convincing. But it could be anything. If I was to stand in a group of people like that and doing this to my ear, wearing 1920s clothing, you could have said I was a time traveller because I was doing that.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird. But in the episode Lisa's Wedding, which aired in 1995, characters are seen using watch-like devices to communicate. This prediction came true with the advent of smartwatches like the Apple Watch and other wearable tech.
It's true.
But again, that goes back. I wouldn't have said that was a prediction because that goes back further. You look at 1960s and 70s sci-fi TV shows like Star Trek.
Star Trek, yeah.
They had the little brooches, didn't they, on the side?
Yeah.
Beam me up, snotty.
Beam me up, yeah.
And so that I would have said was an advancement in technology that was going to happen anyway.
Yep.
Matt Groening's probably just taken that from a TV show and thought, you know what, we'll stick that in.
Helen! That randomness. There was that randomness. Hey, Helen!
Hello!
Hey, lovey. But, see, I love the wee brooches. Imagine it. Beam me up, Nick.
Well, when you look at it now, the smartwatches are getting smaller and smaller. They're now developing ones that you can just put into the palm of your hand, just under the surface of your skin. things like that. So, you know, I mean, if you the ones you can put in your ears, it's just an advancement of technology that has been written about for decades.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
One I do like, the FIFA corruption scandal.
Oh.
Now, these ones tend to be more, because that you can't predict's going to happen really in real life.
Yeah.
But in the 2014 episode, You Don't Have to Live Like a Referee, Homer becomes a referee at the World Cup and exposes corruption within the soccer organisation. A year after that episode aired, a real-life scandal erupted involving top FIFA officials being indicted for corruption and bribery.
Oh.
Now that is more of a prediction.
I didn't know that, man.
And I think that's this is
what I love about these shows. Is, see, if I don't know something, I'll tell you I don't know it. And see, like, even every day is a learning curve for me. So see, whatever you dig up, or Nick digs up, or Lynn digs up, or digs up. Sorry, I do apologise, folks.
Did you just say ducks?
That's a bit wrong, that one.
Well,
trying to get another strike. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I do apologise. In fact, Tim, I said, hey guys, been searching, you're not on YouTube tonight. Not tonight because Jeremy is having problems with YouTube. Thank God that I'm on YouTube tonight, because I think Dix would have been quite something else.
No, it could have been Richard.
Well, he still hasn't found me yet. I'm happy. Stacey, happy birthday to the website, guys. It's just the podcast, honey, but thank you very much. Hey, Jacqueline. Hey, Joe. Hey, Eileen. Eileen will be joining us tomorrow night. So, yeah, Diggs. Not Dick. Diggs.
Anyway.
Oh, my day's going brilliant. I've lost my specs. Now I'm saying Dick's online.
You're losing your marbles.
Jackie says Dick always comes into it. Dick hasn't even tracked me down yet.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Anyway.
Is Joe okay? Because Joe's usually on.
Hey, Joe.
You okay, Joe? I hope you're okay.
Anyway.
Number
6.
Number 6.
Disney buying 20th Century Fox.
Yes, why?
Oh.
In When You Dish Upon a Star, which was aired in 1998, a sign reading 20th Century Fox, a division of Walt Disney Co., appears. And just under a decade later, in 2017, Disney announced its acquisition of 21st Century Fox in a $52.4 billion deal, bringing the eerie prediction to fruition.
Oh.
That's a lot of money in it. $52 billion.
Yeah.
Oh, what would you do with that, guys? Like, what would you do with that sort of money?
That was a lot of week passes at Disneyland.
I don't know. Honestly, that's a toughie.
I think we'll have that topic after we're done The Simpsons. That'll be another rabbit hole of Chucky's doing.
So Ellen goes, I'd have brought Corfu. And rehomed everybody on it.
Yeah.
And still had change.
And opened up
No, I'd ship them off as well.
Is that you shipping your children off, you naughty boy?
No. She said start up a dog sanctuary for all the abandoned dogs on the island.
Yeah.
Ship them off as well. They can go with them. We'd have Apple handle to ourselves. Let's call a maintenance guy in regularly. Anyway, Lady Gaga's Super Bowl performance.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah.
In 2012 episode, Lisa Goes Gaga, the Bad Romance singer, performs a concert that involved being suspended in the air. During the Super Bowl, during Super Bowl L1, whichever one that is, that's L, it's 50 in it, 51. I don't know.
No idea.
That's the
You're the Super Bowl man.
I think Roman numeral L is 50, so I think that's the 51st halftime show. Super Bowl 51 or 21, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
In 2017, Lady Gaga made a grand entrance, descending from the stadium roof, trapeze style, while singing, mirroring her performance in the animated series.
Oh,
that's interesting. Never knew that.
I thought that was the one where was it no Lady Gaga that wore was it meat? Thought that
she went to a Japanese restaurant afterwards and they all ate it off her.
do you know what? That was quite.
I was right. Ellen's just checked it for me. It was Super Bowl 51.
I've been there making a meal with it, picking a bit of this, getting a bit of onion in.
Imagine a Lady Gaga sitting on the table and everybody's got their chopsticks out taking bits of meat.
Oh my god! Oh no, that's
cook this for me, please.
That's even worse,
isn't it? Very symbolic. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's even worse when those this might make me laugh, but this makes me cringe. Is the people that lie across the table naked with sushi on them?
What?
I've never seen that.
I'm sure, and probably
strong viewers discretion advised.
Yeah, really.
Amanda, and crumbs. Japan. Irene would probably be able to would know. But I'm sure that in some places they do have restaurants where the ladies lay out on the table and the food is put on them and you eat the food off them.
What about the peas?
Not exactly the best of places to go if you're married.
The peas have been flopping everywhere.
I'd be tempted to go for something that's not on the menu.
Be like that. Well, be like that. Like, put the strawberries back up.
Guys,
I'll be getting them. Get with the old chopsticks, and I'll be going for the same one place. She'll be no, you're not supposed to take that.
I just want to say, Eileen, I am so sorry if we don't get to do tomorrow's show because this one will be put in the bin.
Yeah, I mean, we have really been going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Joe?
Hi,
Joe. How you doing?
Can you imagine lying there on that table with a fish flopping about on your belly?
No, they don't. They've already when they do it, they already put in the portions. They just dress it onto the person's body and then wheel the person out. They're the wrong sort of restaurants to go to if you're married. Put it that way.
Happy birthday to us. We're going to do the shanky.
Anyway, so we avoid getting barred. Number 7, faulty voting machines in the US election.
Oh, jeez.
In the Treehouse of Horror, X1X.
Oh, I remember this one, yeah.
In that episode, aired in 2008, Homer attempts to vote for Barack Obama.
Yeah.
But the voting machine repeatedly registered his vote for John McCain. In the 2012 United States presidential election, there were reports of ballot machines flipping votes from Obama to Mitt Romney in the state of Pennsylvania, which resulted in a machine being removed from voting booths.
Oh.
Then number 8, a Nobel Prize winner. In the 2010 episode, The Simpsons, Milhouse predicts that Bengt R. Holmstrom will win the Nobel Peace Prize in economics. In 2016, so that's 6 years later, Holmstrom, alongside, I've got the wrong teeth in, alongside fellow economist Oliver Hart, won the prestigious award for their work in improving the design of contracts and the deals that bind together employers and their workers, according to the New York Times.
Ooh.
Oh, I remember this one. Nick will probably remember this. I think this was probably the most popular episode I've ever seen. The Siegfried and Roy tiger attack.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In the episode Springfield, which was aired in 1993, a white tiger attacks a pair of fictional magicians named Gunther and Ernst. In 2003, Roy Horn of the famous duo Siegfried and Roy was left partially paralysed and confined to a wheelchair after being attacked by Montecore, a 400-pound white Bengal tiger, during a live performance. The legendary magician later died aged 75 of complications from the pandemic in a Las Vegas hospital in 2020.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Strange.
Quickly, just quickly, sorry to interrupt. Joe, how do you manage to do that? Because I noticed that you attach your YouTube channel. How do you do that?
How do I do that? I click the thing up there. It allows me as a co-host to share my stream to whatever.
Oh, the edit button.
Yeah, something like that. It's an
No, that's fine.
StreamYard gives.
Cool. No, it's just so that I know for future reference. Because I'm also on Ghost Squad Scotland. And I've just seen Chris in the chat. So right, no, that's fine. Now I know how to do it for there. Right, I need my teeth. Right, who's got my teeth, Wayne? Back them out.
You want mine?
I'll take you. Next.
I do appear. It does appear to be catching.
Well, tonight's birthday bash has been really, really good. We've had dicks. We've had teeth problem.
We've had naked ladies on the table.
Naked ladies on the table in Japan. Oh,
Terrible. Anyway,
Terrible.
number 10.
10.
Video calling. Now, in 1995 episode Lisa's Wedding, characters using video phones to communicate. This prediction became reality with the widespread adoption of video calling services such as Skype, FaceTime, and Zoom. Again, I wouldn't have said that was a prediction because, again, earlier movies and TV shows would have had things like video calling and that on their watches and whatnot. So I think they've just jumped on the bandwagon on that one.
But they had it in the spacecraft as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
So they could see them in the spacecraft, yeah.
Yeah. This one I like. Greece's economic crisis. Greeks? It's them teeth again. Greece's economic crisis. In the episode Politically Inept with Homer Simpson, aired in 2012, a ticker on a news show reads, Europe puts Greece on eBay. Just a few years later, Greece experienced a severe economic crisis that led to austerity measures and bailouts.
I didn't know that one.
And my last one I found, Richard Branson's space race.
Ooh.
Images of Sir Richard Branson enjoying a space flight went viral in 2021 after the businessman 73 launched himself towards the stars in a bizarre case of real life imitating art. The entrepreneur successfully earned his astronaut wings after traveling to the edge of space on board a Virgin Galactic flight, making him the first spaceflight founder to travel to space in his own ship. Video of the magnate was beamed back to Earth as he experienced weightlessness and floated around the cabin of the vessel. The footage was strangely similar to a scene in 2014 episode of The Simpsons called The War of Art from the show's 25th series. So that's a bit of a catchy one.
That was a catchy one. That was definitely a catchy one.
Yeah.
Nick, you've been awful quiet. I'm due to rocking you.
I'm not sure what you want me to say, but
Come on, you're never lost for words. I'll tell you what, you could do a speech for our birthday bash.
Yeah.
I didn't practice, unfortunately.
Speech.
It's not going to be perfect, just so you know. So I'm just going to have to try my absolute best with this. I guess it's glad we've been able to go for 2 years now officially. It's been quite a ride, but we're still going, and it's good that we're still running now for 2 years. So that's all I gotta say. I don't have anything else.
Wait, in translation, Nick means working with me is hard work. And what he's saying is, we're surprised we've got to 2 years and not been banned off air.
Yeah.
Right, guys, I'm going to quickly run through the comments. Eileen says it's the moon that's affecting me with my teeth. Tim says loads of wine. Oh, hey, Adriana. Adriana's joined us tonight.
Yep.
Yay.
Adriana.
Eileen says she's had a meat dress. Eileen says gives you the bulk. Oh, thank you, Tom. Hi, Tom. He says happy birthday. Eileen says I'll never be able to look at a fish finger in the face again. Hiya, Chris. Chris says I had problems today trying to pronounce people's names today. Maybe it's your teeth as well, Chris. Noreen says naked ladies, dicks and teeth sharing only on here. I'm not. Listen, what's unique about my show is you can't get a show like this, I'll tell you.
No.
Chris says, oh, Jesus Christ. No, he never said Jesus Christ. Chris said, I hear the space station was going to have a birthday party but had to cancel because there is no atmosphere. I'm sorry, I couldn't have. You're something else, Chris. Eileen says, unaccustomed as I am. Sorry about that. So, yeah. At least you can say your content is original. Believe in me, it is original. But you'll see me being more professional when I do my mini-series. Joe, what's been happening in the world of Joe?
Not much.
When are you two golfing it? Because I've been asking Nickelodeon this. When are you two golfing it to hear birdie?
I don't know. That's up to everybody else.
I'll be chasing them. I'll be chasing Pickle Tom down the road as well.
Nick, Tom, and whoever else.
You guys were playing the other night, though. I know that. You, Tom, Chris, and Kate. They were playing the other night.
I love my golf fit. Guys, you really should check it out. It is good content, definitely. Definitely. Oh, guys. So, who's going to throw us down the...
I was just a bit sidetracked. I just had a piece of news just come in.
Oh, okay.
Well, at the moment, currently, I don't know about the UK, but I know in America there is a ban on supersonic flight over land.
Oh, really?
Oh.
NASA has just confirmed that its new supersonic jet, the X-59, has just successfully passed its first test flight, traveling at 1.4 times the speed of sound, which is 925 miles an hour.
Wow.
And they reckon that the sonic boom on this now is quiet, that it could lift a ban on supersonic flight over land, because the whole aim of it was to be able to have the aircraft so streamlined that the sonic boom is lessened greatly. Which they reckon will also then work for Lockheed Martin to produce larger versions so they can be used for passenger flight.
Oh.
So that's all looking quite good and interesting. Good old NASA.
That's what you
back to
did.
rabbit holes.
Rabbit holes. I'll tell you what, I'm going to make Nick throw us down a rabbit hole. On you go.
I don't know exactly how to throw you guys into it.
Oh, Lynn, what about you?
Me? Down the rabbit hole? Right, let me have a think.
I'm getting a bit concerned because Nick's body keeps falling apart and then it pops back on again. What's going on, Nick? Have you got some unknown form of leprosy or something? 1 minute your shoulder's there and then it's just gone and then it comes back again.
Yeah. Screen.
Yeah,
Anyway.
see, I'm still stuck on these ley lines, so it's boring. But I'm getting it's ley lines, and I was talking to somebody the other night, and they were saying, "Well, what's a ley line?" And somebody was trying to explain what a ley line was, but they still couldn't get it. And they was trying to say, "Imagine all these invisible lines all around the earth, and they connect to different places." And it just wasn't sitting in right, just wouldn't go in, because you can't imagine what it is. Then you try and figure out how to explain how you can feel them.
I've always classed it as a line of concentrated electromagnetic energy.
Yeah, energy.
That's really all you can describe it as. And then when you get a convergence of all the different lines, that multiplies that energy again.
Yeah. It's like a lot of these ley lines, they connect up with a lot of the pyramids, which are dotted all around the world.
Yeah.
They're all connected. And a lot of them are connected over ancient buildings, which aren't, some are near enough not here anymore. They've all collapsed and everything. But they're all dotted up together. Yeah. So, you're never going to get an answer for all this, are you? Is it the material that these buildings are made of? It's just like you think about quartz. I've got to think about this quartz. It's energy, and if you rub two pieces of raw quartz underwater, it'll go blue. Laura, I've seen it done. You get loads on the beaches. There's loads of quartz on the beaches. Just rub it together, and I've seen it done. So you've got energy everywhere.
Yeah.
And it leaks into scrying. Like you can do scrying with lots of things.
Yeah.
Water, you can do it with mirrors. Now, older mirrors are the best because they're made out of ground down sand, which is ground down quartz in there. It's holding energies.
Yeah.
So I think if you've got a really old mirror and a lot's happened and it's captured that energy in that part of time, you can see things that are coming through on them. It's all about holding the energies. So it makes you wonder what these buildings are made from.
Yeah.
I mean, when you like you say with the buildings, if you look at it the only way we're ever going to know the answers is by looking at the previous texts and manuscripts that have been discovered and have been discreetly disappeared and tucked away. Same as Nikola Tesla's boxes when the FBI went into the hotel and removed everything in sight. All his inventions and all his patents all disappeared.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
It's things like that, and when unfortunately places like in Egypt, there are probably still dozens, if not hundreds, of tombs that have been taken by the desert. And they are slowly uncovering more and more. And who's to say that in one of those underground tombs, they don't discover something that actually mentions what those connections are?
Yeah.
And again, how quick will it be that they get they get disposed of, or they get hidden away where no one can see them?
Yeah.
Because the last thing anybody wants is to have everybody being able to obtain free energy.
Oh, they don't want that. They're not going to get
That's
anything
in no
out
one's
of
best
it, are they?
interests.
Yeah.
No, definitely not.
You know, it's in
Definitely
our
not.
best interest if we were able to get free energy from, I don't know, 10 years worth of energy from 1 pint of water. Then that's great. That's brilliant. But the people that were selling you the energy previously are not going to like that.
No,
because they'll be out of business.
not.
So economics takes over.
Definitely. What about you, Joe? What?
Mighty buck.
Yeah.
It's always about making money.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, ley lines are really, really interesting, and I would love to do, well, funnily enough, I did mark down one of the subjects being ley lines and UFOs. And what I'd be quite interested to find and would like to do one night definitely as a show when we're talking about ley lines is comparing like ley lines in America and the UK, because there's a lot of towns that I know one off by heart. I'll tell you about it. Is a wee place called Peebles in Scotland, and it's got some amount of ley lines and some amount of going-ons, because you've got a hotel and a castle, which I can compare the both, but when you compare them both in activity, they nearly mirror each other with story, and it's amazing. Ley lines, really, I must admit, I wasn't a big fan of them. Mind you, I'm not really a big fan of cryptids, but I really, really find ley lines very, very fascinating. Very, very fascinating. So I did put that down as a subject as well. And I did put down cryptids because I'm going to actually look more into it and learn more about cryptids, because I think when you're doing podcasting and you're doing these subjects, you've got to be very, very open-minded in the subject within the paranormal. So just because I'm not too keen and I don't believe in Nessie, people, I love saying that because people laugh when I say I don't believe in Nessie. Nick's like that, boo the bastard. And you've got to be very, very open-minded. So yeah, I'm definitely need to look into cryptids a bit more. Definitely.
Thing is with ley lines is that obviously they wrap all around the world.
Yeah.
But there's two places in the United States where the ley lines of a majority of the ley lines that go right around the world converge. One's just south of San Diego, and then the other one is just off the east coast of Florida.
Is that where the tectonic plates are? Is that how you say it?
Well, San Diego is the west coast, so that would be the San Andreas Fault. That area, wouldn't it? I think, is that right, Nick and Joe?
I believe so. Yeah.
And obviously off the east coast of Florida, you've got the Bahamas and the alleged Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, right. Flown through that.
Yeah, but see, the thing about those triangles, there's more than just one of them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's
like
a few all over the world,
or something like that.
Yeah, there's at least a dozen of them.
Yeah, and there's one like the Michigan Triangle.
Yep.
Over Lake Michigan.
Yep.
Oh,
but it's just
and then of course the Alaska Triangle too.
Yeah, that one too.
Yeah, them two particular spots in of the biggest North American convergence of ley lines.
Right.
No. Well,
I flew. Sorry.
No, you go, love.
Saying I flew through there, the Bermuda Triangle in, when was it, 2002, and we had to put our seatbelts on. Right?
Oh, I'm sure.
Right, and I said, yeah, whatever, whatever. Next thing, the plane was like that because it's the clouds. I was crying. I was screaming.
No, I can imagine.
We
had that coming home from Barbados in '87.
Yeah.
It annoyed me. I was telling the staff, I was telling the crew off because the Karate Kid had just been released and they were showing it on the plane on the way home, and the movie had just got started and I was just getting into it. And I'd got my earphones on and I was sitting there in my blanket. I'm like, I'm really good. And you could see the lightning in the background, and we ended up we couldn't divert around it. The storm was too big. And so we had to sort of try and get over the top. And apparently we hit a big dip in atmospheric pressure and the plane dropped a couple of 1,000 feet.
Oh, gee.
And you could feel the pressure as the plane was going down. Everybody was starting to go up. So we're like, seatbelt signs come on. We've all got our seatbelts on quick. They stopped the film. And I told the cabin crew off because they'd stopped me film during the storm.
Oh my God.
Fell away.
Sorry guys, I don't know what happened there, but you were away for a minute.
Right, listen guys, I've got to go to Liverpool now. I'm on my way to Liverpool. I've got to go to pick my daughter, my granddaughter up. She's gone to a gig.
Say hi to Goodison Park for me.
All right.
Take care. Thank you very much, sweetheart. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Love you. Bye. Bye. I'm going to quickly go into the chat, guys. That's if I stop freezing. John says a lot of churches are built in ley lines. Apparently, the ancient Ram site is. Why is this? No. Apparently, the ancient Ram is built on site where two ley lines cross. Eileen says ley lines.
Yeah.
Can you guys see these comments before
I can see them.
Yeah, I can see them.
Ley lines, magnetic fields all interlink. I think Roslyn Chapel lies in a ley line. I'm actually 100% sure, Eileen, that Roslyn Chapel does.
The problem is when you look back through history, mainly the Roman Catholic faith were the ones that converged their religion with pagan rituals. So if you look at the likes of Christmas and Halloween, all slowly being taken over, they moved their Christmas to come in line with the pagan festival of Yule. And so they got that as the birth of Christ on December the 25th, when his birthday, he wasn't technically born in December. So they moved their celebration to coincide with the pagan celebration. So it wouldn't be surprising if they built churches on ley lines, because that would have been, the ley lines is a pagan thing. pagan discovery. It was around before the normal religions were.
Do you know what? I feel really sad about what's happened recently. And I think I was talking to William Survey about this the other day, and it was about Stonehenge. I feel really sad what's happened to those stones with people protesting and they threw stuff all over the stones. And I just think
apparently it washes off.
I see.
Well,
I didn't know anything about
idiots.
this, so that's all new. This is all new for me. I didn't know anything about this.
Oh, sorry, Nick. Just for people that don't know, just oil protesters have been on a rampage, and I mean an absolute rampage, and they're attacking absolutely everything just now. And I think it was 2 or 3 wee idiots. In fact, if I remember rightly, I seen there was an older gentleman who should have bloody known better. And I think he was accompanied by 2 idiots. But anyway, that's by the by. But they went to Stonehenge and attacked Stonehenge and vandalised it. And it's just getting really, really ridiculous now.
I mean,
and
the thing
I
was,
felt quite sad about that one.
The thing was with the putting the paint on the stones, they claimed that it was washable, but the problem was to wash it off. It meant washing the stones and removing the lichen that is growing on the stones that have been there for thousands of years.
Yeah.
So although they think they're making a point, they're actually destroying not only a national monument, but the life that lives on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what makes them such hypocrites is that, okay, fine, it washes off. They're making a point, or they're trying to make a point, but they're doing it the wrong way. They are doing it with fire extinguishers, oddly enough, that during the process of making a fire extinguisher, oil-based products are used to make it. They're trainers, oil-based products used to make them. And some of them, they're putting the powder in, believe it or not, plastic bags, oil-based product. The fluorescent jackets, oil-based product. They're all hypocrites.
But do you know what? I watched a YouTube video, and it's talking about protesters right now who's protesting for everything. You're seeing it every day, more and more and more protests. And do you know, I watched somebody on YouTube, I can't even remember the name of the person that I was watching, but basically when they turned around and said, half of these protesters don't even know what they're protesting for. They don't even do their research. They just hear a concept, they don't do their research, and they just be like, yeah, I'm joining in. And it's just like, really?
And they're not bothered at who they affect in the process, blocking off a road. And an ambulance tries to get through, and they're adamant that they're staying where they are. Oh, well, I've super glued my backside to the road now, so I ain't moving.
Yeah.
And the problem is as a bystander, if you see that happening and you go to interfere and try to physically manhandle them, the police will arrest you for assault.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. I mean,
so
it must be
trying to help. You're trying to help because the police aren't.
Right.
And yet you're the one that gets put in prison for it.
It's nuts. I mean, what's it like in America for you guys? Have you ever had protesters that have defaced?
Well, we've had protesters that have created a lot of violence.
Yep.
There's been people that died because of protests.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we don't have, a lot of these protests they do vandalize, like, I remember one year they were protesting on State Street, a very famous street along Madison, down on the campus. And a lot of the stores got vandalized, windows broken, and these buildings are like old relics. I mean, these buildings were built in the 1800s, and so they're historical landmarks. And people have no respect for this stuff. Not even here. I find when I go out to places sometimes, the thing I hate the most is seeing all the graffiti.
Yep.
Yeah.
I went to a very beautiful location called the Devil's Punch Bowl. Okay, it's a little area in Wisconsin that you're supposed to see gnomes and goblins and things like that, right? Mystical creatures. And you got to bring an offering, and the offering's Skittles. Okay, like a bag of Skittles. But on one of the walls in this tunnel that goes under the road, it's all covered in nothing but graffiti. And some of the rocks, and then some of the rocks on the cliffside are covered in graffiti. And to clean that up would probably cost I would hate to imagine, but I'd say in the millions.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's terrible. I'm going
to as well, not just the man-made tunnel that the road goes over so people can walk through, but the cliff, the actual rock formations.
Yeah.
It's like, I was here. Well, who cares if you were here?
We've got a Devil's Punch Bowl here in England.
Yeah.
Island
says also the old Pentland site, home of the Knights Templar, probably in the same line as Roseland. Plonkers that are losing public support. Noni says it's okay to say it washes off, but you're also washing off all the years of lifting. Hi, Nigel, who's for the North Pole. Rent a mob blow. Hi, definitely. Hey, Justin, I hope you're well, honey. And hi, Dr. Derek.
That's a new viewer.
You know what I found out? You know what I found out?
What did you find out, Joe?
I found out that not many people know this. I didn't know it, and I've lived here all my life. Few people know that the center of the world, the actual center of the world, is hiding in a tiny town in Wisconsin.
Really?
No way.
Yeah. Right here, I got the article. I can't pronounce the town. It's one of those Native American names. Here, I'll post it down in the comments.
That would be interesting to read. I'll definitely get a wee gander at that.
There it is, right there.
Poniatowski, Wisconsin.
Yep.
That sounds Polish.
and there's actually a marker in that town to mark the geological marker is right there to mark it as it's out in a farmer's field, in the middle of a farmer's field. And here I don't know if I can share, but I'll share it with you so I can show so you can see the picture.
There's a bit of an argument in regards to that though, because there has also been the Gulf Energy and Environmental Systems in San Diego in California. They used a digital global map and calculated the coordinates on the mainframe system. And they've claimed that 39 degrees north and 34 degrees east in modern-day Turkey, near the district of Carousel, is the supposed geographical center of the Earth.
They got this as 49 degrees north latitude and 90 degrees west longitude.
Wow.
And that's the marker. I'm going to go find that
marker.
Oh,
wow. Sorry.
Yeah.
This summer. I am going to find that marker this summer.
I didn't even know that. You learn something new every day. You really do.
Pickle Tom! Pickle Tom's in the house.
Pickle Tom! Hey, Pickle Tom! Pickle Tom, are you free? Can I come and see you after the show, lovely? If you're in.
You're going to be in a lot of trouble. That's why she wants to see you afterwards.
Those coordinates, Joe.
Huh?
Those coordinates, was that 39 degrees north and 98 degrees west?
No.
You boys are on your own because I can't do this shit. So I'm going to sit here.
I think it says 49 degrees north latitude and 90 degrees west latitude. I can't
Right.
really see that number.
You've got Lebanon. You've got Lebanon and Kansas. 39.5. 39.
Oh, it's
degrees
45
north,
degrees north
west.
and 90 degrees west.
Right. Well, I've got here 39 degrees north and 98 degrees west. Puts you in the Lebanon, Kansas, which apparently is the geographical center of the 48 continuous and or conterminous United States.
Well, this says this point is the exact center of the northwest hemisphere, where the 45th parallel of the latitude intersects the 90th meridian longitude in the town of whatever, Ryanbach, Marathon, Wisconsin. Marathon County, Wisconsin.
Yeah, so that'll be that's northern hemisphere.
Ah.
But I'm going to go find that place.
Cool.
Tom says, I live my life in trouble. You're not in trouble. Don't listen to Nick. He talk shit.
Yeah, you're in all kinds of trouble.
See, for that's new. I have to give Pickle Tom into bother. I don't know what I'm giving him into trouble for, but I'll have to think of something. Thanks, Nick.
We'll help you think of something.
But
my trip at the end of the month might be canceled because if I can't get my truck fixed, we can't get this headlight fixed, and it's really screwed up because this is a police interceptor truck. Okay.
Oh,
it's a Ford Explorer Police Interceptor Edition. Okay. The headlight went out on it, and get this. We called the auto parts store to buy a headlight for it. They're illegal to sell.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Wow.
So we had to go to Amazon, buy the whole thing for it, right? That didn't work. We had to buy the computer box thing for it, the little computer box, tried to replace that. That didn't work. So we might end up, and if I don't have both headlights, I ain't driving to Michigan.
Oh,
is that just a state law or is that nationwide?
I don't know. I've never heard of this before.
I never heard of it before either. So
lights.
It seems a bit strange. It seems a bit strange for the police to sell a vehicle and not be able to get the parts to fix it.
Yeah, it's like, so now we got to take it to a dealership and hope that they can fix it.
Which costs you more.
Right, which hopefully don't cost us too much and we can still make our trip because even though Mark ain't going with us, I'm making that trip because there's a lot in Michigan I want to see, including Eloise. You know.
Tom says, Tom, where are you? I'm in trouble and I'm trouble. I'm saying nothing, Pickle Tom. I am saying...
That's his middle name right there. He has them written all over.
In fact,
Tom Trouble Pickles.
Tom, if you're free, do you want to jump on? I might as well bring Trouble into the chat. We'll bring him on the show.
What makes him more trouble?
Oh, you'll get banned for sure if he comes on.
You know, put it this way. I mean, he's not only in trouble, he's basically a sour pickle. So yeah,
a sour pickle.
Oh, he's something else. Pickle Tom will come on and this show will be X-rated and dumped. I can see it now.
Well, we've already done the X-rated bit, so he hasn't got anything to do really there.
I know. It's really boring, Tom. You've not got really anything to do. But if you're free, come on. My computer is booting up. Right, I'll send you the link just now. I'll make sure I send you the right one.
So it's like I already had to cut my trip at the end of the month short. I just didn't want to cut it totally short. You know, I cut out Illinois because we can come down there anytime we want. And then we cut out Indiana because it sounds like Jeremy's going to be going in for his surgery or something right around that same time. So we figured we'd make it easy for us too, since Mark's not going. We're just going to go straight to Michigan and check out all the cool stuff in Michigan, especially Eloise, that most famous haunted asylum, you know.
Yeah. Tom, that's me sent you the link. Uh-oh, let's count down to trouble comes on and the show goes, resume.
It goes to sour pickles.
But if I can't get that truck fixed, there's no fucking way I'm driving to Michigan with one headlight.
Well, yeah.
Oh, definitely no. Don't even risk it. I mean,
it's a 6-hour drive as it is.
Yeah, I was talking to Jeremy the other day. I can't even remember what I was in his inbox for. And okay, just waiting for the computer, no problem, hon. And he was driving home from Vegas. Was it Vegas? He was doing the bowls.
Yeah, Vegas.
The bowling. Yeah, Vegas. And he was telling me that he was driving in really, really bad weather, really, really bad rain. And you guys, they get it really, really bad. So I was like thinking to myself, oh my God, please be safe. And I did say that to him, please be safe driving home. So yeah, Joe, I wouldn't even risk it. I wouldn't even risk it.
But Nick, the 17th of August, if you want to come along, it's still set.
Oh, for Elkhorn?
Yeah.
I'll be back in a minute, guys.
Yeah, I should be available for that.
I'll let you know about what time we'll be arriving in Elkhorn, because that's going to be a very, very busy day. We're going to go up and see Darren Buss.
Oh, nice. Okay.
To start our morning out with, up at that museum and talk about Ed Gein. We're going to take some pictures of the cemetery and where his house was and so on and so forth. And then we're going to take off and we're going to go to Valley of the Kings, which is a big cat rescue place.
Oh, nice.
But one of the trainers or one of the people that take care of the cats, the big cats, was mauled in the back of like a semi-truck trailer, you know.
Oh.
And was mauled really bad by one of the tigers. So basically we go down there and you kind of see if you can get something out of the back of that trailer. But at the same time, they've got grizzly bears, wolves, just all the big cats. You know, you've got everything. It's a wildlife sanctuary.
Jeez.
And so we're going to go, do some filming there. And then we're going to the Stevie Ray Vaughan crash site.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That'll be a lot of fucking walking, because you got to walk. You got to walk from the parking area, all the way up the ski hill.
Wow. That's got to be at least over a mile.
So you got to walk up that ski hill, and that's walking uphill. So that's going to be very rough for me.
Yeah, yeah.
I might have to take my cane with me or my walker, and
You know what time we're going to be heading out there yet?
The way if everything goes as scheduled, we're probably going to arrive between 6 and 7 in Elkhorn.
In the morning or in the evening?
In the evening.
In the evening. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because the Elkhorn,
I'm here.
The Elkhorn thing is going to be a night investigation.
Yeah, I figured.
Ah.
That's something I'm hoping to take out and test that day too.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm really wanting to take. Okay. I really want to take my drone out that day.
Oh yeah, the drone. You're right. That would be great.
I just need some good weather to be upon us so I can take it out and practice, because I want to take it to Michigan too.
Right. Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't rain when we head out there.
Hopefully. Do you know that's one thing I've never ever flown is a drone?
Neither have I.
Never.
Neither have I.
But supposedly this one's idiot proof.
I've flown a drone and then promptly lost it.
I broke
See,
one within 20 minutes. I crashed it and broke it.
that would be an interesting conversation to have about drones, because drones in the paranormal, when we're out investigating now, obviously some people are funny about people having drones, and people obviously filming with drones, but I think they're good wee things.
They
Because
are, but you need to know the
This
rules,
one's
regulations,
idiot-proof.
and laws regards to flying drones.
See, this one's idiot proof. It's got sensors that'll stop it from crashing into things. Apparently.
Yeah, there's a good feature on there that if the battery runs low, it comes into land, but if it detects water, it avoids water, and it will only land on solid ground. It won't even land on a jetty. It will land only on solid geographical ground.
Right, that's interesting.
Oh wow, who was that?
What?
It's like interference. It was like
I think it's on Nick's end, because as Nick spoke just then, it went all funny and tinny again.
I didn't hear anything from my side.
Oh, it's clear now.
It's clear. It's clear.
Might want to look out your window, Nick. That UFO might have come back.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. But no, it has been a great show, guys. And we're doing it all again tomorrow night, so it will be really, really good. So, apart from that, 2 years gone. Nick, how does it feel to be 2 years right with me? You're going to be stuck with me to infinity?
It's been very special. It's definitely been very special.
Oh, you're a wee cutie pie when you tell me it's special. Joe's like, what have I entered here? Why did I come onto this show? But yeah.
Wow.
So,
I've been doing this almost 10 years now.
10 years podcasting? Holy God.
I had to think about this. You started thinking, you got me thinking. I started podcasting in 2017.
Oh, wow.
We switched to paranormal in 2019. So the Insane Asylum podcast has been going since 2019.
Oh, wow, Joe. I must admit, all in, I've been podcasting for, I would say, about 3, maybe 4 years, in fact. Nick, we've been 3 years. Oh, for God's sake, 1 minute he's there, next thing he's gone.
I'm sorry.
It's like,
3,
yes.
He's like, Nick Files. No Nick Files. Nick Files. See? No Nick. We've got Nick Files.
That's how they made the Invisible Man.
We've been podcasting, right? I've known Nick for 3 years. I met Nick. I was very, very shy, Nick, actually. I would have never said boo to Nick. So I was with Jacqueline beforehand, so I would say 3 or 4 years I've been podcasting all in. Because believe it or not, folks, I did do a mini podcast for a group years ago. And believe me, I was so scared. I was really, really scared. And then I think more it got serious when obviously I was with Jacqueline, and then obviously I was on Simply Spooky, and I got 2 shows there, and now I'm on Things Net. Well, I was on Things Network as well, but now I've transferred fully to Things Network, and it's been like, wow. It's like the whole 2 years. Wow. It's scary. That is scary.
By so quick.
Yeah, actually, especially when you get old.
Oh, Joe, you're only 21, love.
Hey, I'm old enough to be his father, Nick's father.
That is true.
Actually, my oldest daughter is older than him.
Oh, bless. So I'll tell you what, guys. I'm going to go down these. What's been your highlight of podcasting?
Oh, man.
I've just realised I've left something on the hob.
Oh,
I'm only joking.
I was going to say, you've been sitting all this time and you've left something on the hob?
Nah. Shall I start then?
Yeah, you start. Go on for it, Wayne.
To be honest, I don't have a favourite moment in podcasting. I just enjoy doing it and chatting with everybody else and just having a bit of fun at the same time. You know, I think that's what makes podcasting. You know, it's like, I don't know. It's like being able to pick up a phone and just ring a random number and have a chat with someone. You know, only it's done over the internet via video calls as such. And we're able to talk with people that are in the same field as we are, have got the same interests, and we can all get on well.
And that's all I like. From wherever.
Exactly. I mean, it's like the other week when we were talking to the what's that? Crumbs, I've forgotten her name now, from Romania.
Yeah.
Oh, Croa.
Yeah. And oddly enough, when I had to take my son down to London for a hospital appointment, the driver that took us down there was Romanian.
Wow.
And we were talking about haunted places in Romania, and the subject of the forest came up. And he lived in that town.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Wow.
So I'm like, oh my God, you know, and it's been because of that I've been able to hold a conversation with someone I didn't know that just so happened to come from that area of Romania.
That is pretty freaky. That is pretty freaky.
You know, it's like going back to this thing with the predictions with the Simpsons, you know. One minute I'm talking to Corolla, and then next minute I'm talking to a guy who wouldn't know her from anybody, has met me for the first time, and we start talking about what I do. And I mentioned he said that he came from Romania about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a typical stereotyping thing. Oh, you might have known Corolla then, you know, because you're from the same country. You know, that's going to happen. But it turned out he was from the same city or the same town that's right next to that forest, and he was always told to stay away from it.
Yep, I can pretty imagine. So I think on you go, love.
It's been that connection that has made doing the podcast so enjoyable.
Well,
it's the fact that we've been able to talk to various people from all walks of life, from all countries, and talk about the same subject.
Yeah,
and that's it for me.
I couldn't agree more. Do you know what? The one for me is, seriously, it's about making the friends and having the friendship, and it's been able to give the viewers, who I just don't class as my viewers, I class as my friends and family, because they come in every week, they take time out of their day to come in and support everyone is. They come in and show nothing but love. Okay, you'll have your occasional person that comes in, I wouldn't even bring it up, but you will have your occasional one that comes in and starts some nonsense, but it's like, what you got to say, Nick?
Speaking of nonsense, Biggle Tom!
Oh my God, there's that man I recognise you from BBC TV.
And this is
how are you doing, my love?
Tired. Long hot day.
Oh jeez.
Oh jeez.
We're talking about
You know what, Marty, you haven't even been 10 seconds and already you're just being pathetic.
Do you know, this is why I wanted you three, so I could hear Birdie, and then I could hear Rick and Morty and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's right. That's right. Welcome to the neighborhood.
But doing this and meeting the new connections, and as I said, it's been for the viewers as well. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have what we all have today. And I think the most special podcast I've ever done, and will always stick with me, and by God I miss this man, is the tribute night I had for Cliff Jones, who was one of our regulars. And unfortunately Cliff died this year, at the beginning of the year. He died at the same time as one of the other paranormal investigators. And I went out and thought, why not? Because he had an impact on a lot of podcasts, and he shared a wealth of knowledge that you just... I thought Wayne and Nick were amazing, but honest to God, Cliff was amazing as well. And by God, I do miss that man. So I must admit that was a special time for me. And to be fair, a lot of people did come and pay tribute. Nori says, as a viewer, I love the podcast for similar reasons to Wayne, making connections, but also learning things I didn't previously know and feeling part of a community of really nice people. That's nice to hear, Noreen. It definitely is. Listen, guys, do you know what? I'm not perfect, and if there's something that I don't know, then I'm not going to sit here and bullshit it. I will tell you, I don't know. I'm really don't know.
I'm perfect. I know I am. And
you are. Do you know what, Tom? You are my hero. You are my absolute hero.
I didn't say what I was perfect for. I didn't say what I was perfect for. I just said that I was perfect.
Your Arnie impressions.
That's right.
It's the Rick and Morty. It's the Rick and Morty. And then it's... Right, you tell us what you're perfect for.
I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet.
I know
I just know that I'm perfect for something.
Here's something I could tell you. That 2 things that you're perfect on: drinking, getting drunk on camera. Also,
oh wait, Nick, he says he doesn't get drunk on camera though.
He has when we play golf.
I know, but
and the other thing is he's also perfect. He's also perfect with geometry.
That's right. Right. Well, no, not in the last couple games, really.
Yeah, his geometry sucks.
Yeah, well, I must have failed that one.
To be fair, I mean, Tom doesn't drink. I have never seen a drunk Tom. I don't think he drinks. I think you're telling me Pibby Pie Sticky.
I beg to differ.
Well, when we do 3-4 hour sessions, golf,
and he's almost passing out at the end of the session.
There was that one time that it wasn't a golfing show. It was when we did that trivia game night, and he ended up leaving the studio, and the studio was still recording. So I had to call Tom, and I was like, Tom.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, I was like, Tom, your StreamYard is still running. And Jill.
Everybody did.
Jill and Kate were telling me, you got to tell Tom that his StreamYard. So I called him up, and he eventually ended it.
I remember that.
I don't.
You don't, but we do.
I do. I think the funniest one was it was me, Wayne, Nick. I think Joe had just left because he was doing a show, and it was just me, Nick, and Wayne. And obviously, I like to do a wee summary at the end and say, right, who's doing what, blah 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 blah. And it came to Nick. And Nick just got started about supernatural talk. Well, I cut him off. I thought because he had stopped that was it. It was over, and I just hit the finish button, and Nick started talking again, and I went, "Nick, we're finished." I was like, "Oh no," and he was like, "What?"
We didn't get any of that.
It was like kind of one of those ones where he probably all you heard at the end was super, and folk must have been like, "What the hell, Nick? What is wrong with you?"
Those things do happen, though.
I'm a bugger for that. I'm terrible for it. It's like you think somebody stopped talking, and then it's like, oh well, press the end button, and then they start talking again as the ticks go down, like off, and I'm just like, oh my god.
If you ask me and Dom collectively what our favorite podcast was, it was early on before we made BB3, and Dom had his own show, Real Talk with Dom, and he was having on just random people to promote their businesses or maybe their hobbies and stuff like that. And he had this dude on who, oh my God, he was showing his drawings and stuff. I was like, my brain was numb after a while, and I was a little gassy that night. and I didn't think anybody would hear it. You know, you just, when you watch it, because it's still out there, you just see a lean, and then you hear it, and then me and Dom just go, this dude's just being serious as hell going on about his drawing. We're trying so hard. I had to like duck off the camera. It was hysterical.
I'm just too polite.
Heard it.
Hey, Amanda.
I just hold it back till after we've gone off air.
Yeah.
And then I let it.
It's good to take a definitely Nori without a doubt. I think it's very hard, right? I've had moments with myself during podcasting where I have ended up, I've just wanted to bang my head off the wall, laughed at inappropriate times when I shouldn't be laughing. I think the most funniest one was having, and this person will remain nameless, not seen them for a while, but there was this gentleman I had on podcasting interviewing, and he just wouldn't draw breath, and for the minute we was out the gate, we just couldn't get a word in edgeways. So I went on as my ultimate profile and started firing questions at him. That's the only way that I could communicate, was being a guest in the chat and starting to fire questions.
Being a guest on your own show.
It was kind of that one where it was Willow, and it was all these questions, and it was kind of those ones of, oh, Willow's a fan favourite tonight, and I'm sitting there thinking, that's bloody me in disguise. But you know what? I wouldn't swap it for all the Team China, because I've really, really enjoyed it, and I've had a blast.
It's been interesting doing the whole podcast thing. I mean, for me, it started long before I ever did one on my own. I mean, and that's how Nick and I met each other. Was through.
It got off to a funny start.
Well, that wasn't the first time I was on there.
Yeah.
But like this other guy had a show, Talk with Teddy, on WLFE DB, and he would frequently bring me on because like he liked to play these games at the end, and he'd make them up as he went along. Like one game was, and I believe it was one of them that Nick is talking about.
Yeah, I was on at least one or two of those.
He brings up these like weird pictures of like photoshopped creatures and stuff, and you had to come up with a name for them.
Animals.
Yeah, and sometimes animals, sometimes mythical, whatever. But like, everybody had to come up with a name for them that was on the podcast, and then he would rate them, and he would decide who won. But you won nothing, really.
It was a luxury stand. It was a luxury stand. Any room in your house that you chose.
That's right. I won a lot. But, you know, the host had an affinity for me, though. So, which was interesting.
I still remember one of your best ones, which was I can't believe. Oh God, I can't believe I'm about to say this. It was that picture with a dog's body, but with a rooster's head.
I'm trying to remember what.
Oh, I know what it was. You said it was based on a neighbor of yours who lived just down the street from you. His name was Joe. His name was Joe Cockerwiener.
Cockerwiener. That's right.
Oh my God!
You know,
I mean, it was fun.
Yeah,
it takes you back to those. I'm going a wee bit into psychology here, where they give you the pictures and they tell you, right, what do you see in this?
Pretty
and what
much.
do you see in this?
pretty much. Yeah, that's what it was.
I mean, they had this one creature. I don't know if I'd be able to find it online, but I've seen it online since then. It's a fake, like a fake prop or whatever, but it looks like a little baby vampire werewolf kind of thing that barely had any hair coming out. And I was like, oh, that's Danny DeVito's son.
Oh yeah, I remember that picture. Yeah, that was it was actually I think Danny DeVito and his baby ears.
Yeah, there you go.
I remember that, and again, Teddy was like, Danny, if you're watching, I didn't say that. Tom said that. I asked the same question you said. It's like, why would he be watching his show?
Right.
Yeah. Danny DeVito, for fuck's sake, because Tom said Danny DeVito, I put my teeth out and put them back in. Noreen, sorry, darling. It's such a great platform to have a good laugh amongst friends as well as discussing the different subjects in the paranormal field. Couldn't agree more. See, that's what I love about the shows because, yeah, I like to have a laugh. Yeah, I like to rib people. But then I've got the serious side of me. And we have done really, really good serious shows. I mean, me and Wayne supported Zach on the 22-hour veterinary event in suicide awareness. I even need to get my teeth in for that one.
This one is not serious, which is why I'm here.
Aye. Well, that's why when I seen Tom, I thought, well, Tom, I'm going to hook you in here because you're more serious. So I'll bring you in. But it's amazing to have... It's good to have your serious shows, but it's also good to have your funny shows because it's almost like the light and the dark. It's like it just evens the balance, and people love it. People don't want to watch a show that has no humour and is just serious all the time.
Yeah,
they want that bit of laugh out, and that's what I love. See.
Yeah, I mean, I've done my share of serious ones but I mean, I still work in little things here and there, little funny things here and there. But like, I mean, I've interviewed people on a serious note, like me and Dom when we were really into doing Dom and Tom's World. We were having people on, every week. We were struggling every week to come up with somebody because we weren't ahead yet. We just jumped right into it. So we only ever had like 4 days to find somebody after a show. And I mean, we had some cool people on. We had some actors and stuff. We had the women from the Evil Dead movie, the original one.
Oh wow!
And I was totally serious about that, but I was nervous, so I was joking a lot. But
I can't imagine you. Right, I know this is going to sound. Please don't be offended, but I couldn't imagine you being serious, Tom, in an interview. Seriously, like I'm trying to visualize, Tom being serious, like, wow, that would honestly.
That side does reside in me, but like I don't like it. I prefer me being like joking around and stuff like that, taking stabs at people here and there, and just making light of everything that I can, just to make, because to me that's entertainment. Comedy has always been entertainment to me. And it's, I don't know, it's just inbred in me, like through life's experiences, because I'm not going to say I have the easiest life in the world. I mean, I got a lot of stress, a lot of things going on, but when I come on here, I just leave all that outside that door.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I become
You know what? I hear you
who everybody
totally.
knows me at.
I hear you totally, because that's what my partner says. He says for somebody who's antisocial, he says as soon as you hit your zone and you hit the podcast, it's like a totally different person. It's like you're this person off cam, but when you're on cam, you're like a totally different person. You go into the zone, that's you.
I
And
mean, don't get me
it's quite
wrong.
weird.
What you see is me. I'm not. I don't put on any acts. This is how I am all the time.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just kind of curb my negativity through most of my life, and just try to be as positive and funny as I can. Not everybody makes that easy, but
no, they definitely don't make it easy, do they, Tom?
No,
they definitely don't. There's no one says we all need a good laugh. We do.
Thing is,
So,
24 years ago, I wouldn't have said boo to a goose. You know, I was doing jobs that I never really had to converse with people. You know, I never worked in a shop where I would have to talk to people. I'd always be in the back room out the way where I didn't have to talk to anybody. I was better off on my own.
Yeah.
And then when I sort of came out into sort of more the public domain where I had no choice but to talk to people, that saw a new version of me come out.
The Michael Caine version.
It's the version I prefer, the version I like.
I'm never going to let that go. To Michael Caine. Everybody loves a Michael Caine.
I hear his voice coming out of this man sometimes.
Don't throw lucky spears at me.
And you know how you can say his name, you pronounce it the right way just by you take the word cocaine and you say it's like my cocaine. My cocaine.
Yeah.
That's right.
And that's
it's my cocaine.
Cocaine.
What are you guys like? Well, guys, I need to kind of wrap this up because Joe is due on next. So tomorrow is the second part of your birthday bash. Happy birthday to us again. Woo! 2 years. 2 years we've been gone. So join us for that. Obviously, Joe, your stage. Tell everybody what's happening in Retro Review tonight.
I don't know. It's just a fly. I have been worried more about my trip than my podcasts lately. So we're gonna fly.
Oh, honey.
Pants. And there probably gonna be a show tomorrow because I didn't line up a guest. So,
well, what's happening for MDLs this week? For the rest of the week?
Other than being on your show tomorrow, I got Supernatural talk in a few hours. Not sure.
You better be on the next golf show.
Probably turning yourself into a pickle doing that.
Well, I'm getting tired of saying bees. Oh my God, bee, and you're not there.
Or Birdie.
Birdie.
I'm having fun. Right, Tom, I've nagged the ass off of Joe and Nick. Tom, when is the next golfing session? You've got me hooked.
Well, we normally do them on Mondays, but randomly they do happen throughout the week too. Like, one Wednesday I might be out at date night with the girlfriend, and I'll come home and I'll be feeling good, and I'll be like, "Want to play golf?"
Yeah, you're like a drunk place.
I'm pre-drunk. You want to play?
Yeah.
But normally it has been Mondays.
I'm drunk as hell. Now we can play golf.
That's right. I had my beers.
Come on.
I drank them all. There's no beers left in the world.
Right. So that'll be some point then, boys.
It's fun.
What about you, Wayne? What's happening for Spookanori?
I've got to find somewhere in Spookanori Castle to put this up.
Tales from the Crypts.
Tales from the Crypt.
Yes.
If you guys remember, I actually based part of his voice for my character that one time. I did that anniversary video last year for Things Network.
Ah.
I did that. Although I mean, it's not perfect. I here's the funny part. I could do the voice, but I can't do the laugh though because his voice it's too high pitched, and I don't have.
You need to constrict the vocal cords way too much to get that.
I tried doing that. Like that video when I shot last year for the anniversary of Things Network, that took several tries. That was not just one try. I had to basically go. I must have done it like 20, 25 times before I finally got it correctly.
Talking like it was no trick.
There is a trick to that, Nick.
What?
Get 2 bricks and go like that, really hard.
Gotta have
you end up with a really squeaky voice.
Well, no, I mean,
talking like him is. Hello, boys and girls.
It was not fun. I mean, it looks fun on camera, but it was not fun actually having to do it several times. It was bad. And
welcome to the fun world of editing.
Well, and not only that, I think because I did it like 20, 25 times because my parents were downstairs, they had to hear this, repeating this several times. So I must have been annoying the hell out of them when I was
like,
saying
Jesus Christ, would you just wrap it up already?
Come on. I'm with I'm with Nick. See when Jeremy or Nick asked me to do something that involves, I have to obviously do like reading or make a video. Like I don't know how many times for Jeremy's dad I had to do the same video over and over again because I was like, oh my god, I sound too happy, or not. I sound like I'm crabbit in that one. That needs to go. Like I had to constantly say the same thing.
It's worse. It's worse when you're trying to film for an episode and you're trying to be serious. Yeah. And we get it every time with Truth Beyond Paranormal. Every time we go out and film an episode, we always, in the edit, there's always a blooper reel at the end, and 9 times out of 10, every single cock up on there is mine.
I had to
my words come out wrong. I'll trip downstairs. I'll do all sorts. And to date, the best one has been when we were in an old Royal Air Force base, and there was a dark shadow has been seen literally skipping from one room to the next. Just this black shadow going across from one side of the corridor to the other. And I'm walking along.
Like Scooby-Doo.
I'm being all serious. Saying my line was, there have been reports of a black shadow being seen moving from one room to the other along this corridor. And just as I was coming out with the line, my partner Ellen's phone goes off, and it was it was Under the Sea from The Little Mermaid.
Oh no!
Oh God! No.
Oh my God!
It was the very start. So you literally had seaweed
is always green.
Literally just as we're doing it. It was hilarious, and it sets you up when you're trying to record one simple line, and you make that one cock up. It ruins it for the next 20 takes.
Yeah, because then you start it and you just start laughing.
And you just can't help it. So you have to sort of come away from it, give yourself a breather and a chance to relax and get back into it and start again.
Like I wish I saved all the bloopers from all the videos. I have like 200 some videos on my channel. I wish I saved all the bloopers, but I wouldn't be able to put it on my channel because I don't curse on my channel. And most of the bloopers, you're going, shit.
You have to put the beep in. You have to beep.
Hey, Irene.
Hi, Irene.
Hey, Irene.
Robert White now. Holy cow, everybody's
Robert. That was another
why does this happen every time when you go to finish a show? Everybody and their granny comes in and you're like, I feel so bad. I feel so bad.
Remember, it's the time difference. Irene and Amanda are in Japan. And you've got Kelly
from Australia.
Ahead of us.
Hiya.
From Australia too.
Yep. Noreen, you do need a good laugh. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Irene. Hey, Robert. I was going to save the swing. And Kelly says, don't go, Kelly. Unfortunately, I do need to go because Joe is next on, guys. So... unfortunately, I do have to go because of timing, but please, everyone, take care. Join us tomorrow night for the second birthday bash Right,
there
Nick.
is one thing I forgot to. You never asked, just before we get off. You never asked what my highlight was for the show.
Oh, sorry, love. Bye, Joe.
Yeah, Joe had to leave because of his next show. So I guess for my highlight, it would probably have to be
the time he didn't have a head. Oh, there it is.
I think it would have to be two things. One would probably be the crossovers we've made with Nick Files, especially with Galveston. That would probably be my highlight. And the other thing was undoubtedly was when we had Creole on a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes it, isn't it? Is having the different people on.
Yeah.
And meeting new people.
Yeah.
You know, people. I mean, we have conversations with like ourselves on a regular basis. We'll
just push it to the wire. We'll just go another 10 minutes.
We've become friends because of our love of the paranormal and the network that we're in.
Yeah.
So, but when you get new people come in that we haven't spoken to before, they're new to us. So we get to know about their likes and dislikes in the paranormal world and what we do. And that makes all the difference.
Yeah, exactly. Tom.
I was going to say,
a pickle there, Tom.
Well, actually, see for a second there when Tom didn't move, I actually would have said it was Tim Taylor for Home Improvement.
Oh, I don't like that. No.
Do you know, guys, I'm going to have a very cold Chinese by the time I get off this show tonight.
My Chinese is on its way.
That's why they invented
Oh, lucky you.
That's why they invented the microwave.
That's right.
The microwave.
Okay.
See,
Kelly
put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable.
No, Kelly didn't say shut up, you. Sorry. I was talking to my partner there because he was being cheeky. Do you remember my dislike? No, Kelly, tell us what your dislike is. Yippee. Oh, Robert says that, Nick, you're his highlight.
Yeah, no, I'm the highlight. Corn!
You're the top dog. There's a microwave, Robert says. I'm laughing. But oh, look at that. Tom's on the road. Get off the road.
Hey, this is Tom's world for you.
Oh, well, that's pretty cool. That is a pretty cool logo. That is actually pretty amazing.
What the hell is that?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, chaos.
I was going to say a little like my mum.
That's chaos. Chaos the clam.
Oh, Kelly says cameras missing everything when you can face them forward and behind you, but never do it. I should remember this because Kelly's drummed that into my ears, into my mind even. Is about cameras missing everything when you can face them forward and behind you, but never do it.
I think that's my biggest bugbear when you watch paranormal shows, when they've got the cameras and it's always on their face, not at the point where it needs to be. It's always on the person's face. So if anything's going to happen, the only thing you're going to see is their reaction.
Yep.
So the camera's there right in front of you, and it's like, boom! Did you hear that? And we're not there to watch your face. We want to see what's going on.
That's why when I go on investigations, I always make sure the camera's pointed outward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be.
On that road.
Oddly enough, I was probably driving in Impala when I took that picture. That's up in the mountains.
You sure you didn't need you sure you didn't leave the accelerator running to the point where it was running on its own?
Well, no, not anymore because the transmission went in that one years ago.
Oh,
so I don't have to worry about
He left the accelerator running. That's where the fog came from in the picture.
Oh,
this is true.
Oh, hang on one second.
Robert says exactly they need a 360 camera. That would be amazing to have a 360 camera.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, we'll wait till Tom's back because I would feel ignorant if I finished the show and Tom wasn't there. I'd be like, bye everyone, just ignore Tom. But yeah,
Come
my
back,
poor Nick,
Tom.
I nearly forgot about you, Nick. Huge hugs to you. Will you forgive me?
Yeah, I'll forgive you.
Oh, thank you very much. I'll go to bed. I'll go to bed happy. Kelly says, no, but also be behind you. So many say, oh, that was behind. Did not see it, and it's so simple to do. Even just a GoPro would work and cheap. Must not bust.
Yeah.
And Robert's laughing. No, but I totally do agree with you. I think that would be good for the shows. See the ghost shows, the actual ghost shows, when they say about stuff being behind them. That would be actually pretty cool.
The problem is when you're filming a paranormal show, the more cameras you have, the more footage you've got to go through. And when you've got a tight deadline, the last thing you want is to have to go through 60 hours worth of footage for only a half-hour show. You know, and that's just one investigation. So you times that by, if the average series goes on for 10 episodes, you're looking at 600 hours of minimum of footage to go through. And the more cameras you have, the more footage you've got to go through. And literally, we recorded an episode at Dunwich in Suffolk, and it's basically a town that disappeared into the North Sea. And for that show, I had 85 hours worth of video footage to go through, and all I got was a 45-minute episode.
I got a rock.
So.
Oh, that's
nice.
Kelly says for Nick as well. Is that not why you do the show? Kelly says, and Robert says, and more power for the ghosties to drain power from. That is that. Right, unfortunately, guys, I really must end the show because Joe is just shortly on.
Yep, and I gotta be on that one. And my Chinese food just came. But I have to be on that one, and my Chinese food just came too. So.
I'll be back on a few hours myself for Supernatural talk.
Well, you'll see these two diagonally, waiting out to try and do it on the camera. Diagonally. Yep. That man down there and that man that way. Definitely. But we will catch you tomorrow night, guys. Everybody have a good night. Stay safe. Stay safe. And remember, always be kind to each other. Bye, everyone.
Good night.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Woo!